Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So it looks like United States have signed the deal with Ukraine, the rare earth minerals deal. It's a quite interesting story because aren't we all getting confused? Few weeks ago, I don't remember exactly, I think a month or so ago, I had an interview, I had a live stream with Alex Krainer, who I will play that part of the interview for you in a second, was addressing that deal that Zelensky apparently has already signed with United Kingdom. So that was kind of, in a way, hidden or not put upfront information about that 100-year support that I think in January this year, UK has signed with Ukraine to support Ukraine for 100 years. And that part of agreement was in it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to play a part of that live stream for you. I highly recommend you to revisit that live stream. It was really great analysis from Alex. I will put the link down below in the description box. And then we will go to the news and to the reaction from Russia. Just a few words from Dmitry Medvedev. And yeah, let's play it. Let's see what is really going on. So this is first Alex Krainer from the live stream with me over a month ago or so.
The most important thing for the Europeans to win from Trump was US commitment to Ukraine. Now, what does that mean? In order for this agenda with the resources to stick, and I'll explain why the resources are extremely important. In order for all this to stick, it is absolutely imperative for the European powers and Britain to retain control of the political process of Ukraine, to make sure that people loyal to them are in power, because for the resources there are money good collateral for the absolutely collateral starved European and British financial systems. And so having control over that collateral would enable British and European banks to fuel a new large-scale credit impulse. So the banks, British European banks, could finance the development of Ukraine, the development of their of their resources, and control the trade of these resources, and then award these contracts to their own clients, meaning the corporations, the agricultural, energy corporations, mining corporations, port authorities, whoever could, and that way they could the wealth extracted from Ukraine could all kind of flow towards European and British banks. But in order for all that to work, you need to control the political process, because if tomorrow Ukraine realigns with Russia, some government comes in that's favorable to Russia and says, this agreement that you signed with Zelensky is dog shit, it's null and void, goodbye. Then all of it crumbles. This whole dream about controlling Ukrainian ports and gas and titanium and all of these things becomes a pipe dream and flies away. And so that's why at the emergency summit in Paris on the 17th February, Starmer said, we want to commit troops to Ukraine. We want to send British troops to Ukraine so that they could have control over all this. And then,
So here is my question, and I'm not an expert. I'm not geopolitical analyst. I'm just a person who is observing all of this and trying to understand which document is valid. Which deal is the valid, legit deal? This is the question. Now, if the legit deal is the one signed between United States and Ukraine in regards to those rare earth minerals, and that's what Alex was referring to, what does it mean to the political powers in Europe? So who is in charge of Ukraine? Is this going to stabilize the region? Those are my questions. Because if that's the case, if that's supposed to stabilize the region, the project of peacekeepers and sending those troops is, besides the aspect that Russia is not agreeing to it, is not going to work at all. But again, I'm not an expert. I'm just trying to ask some questions and to look at the unfoldment of events, because it's very confusing, isn't it? If Ukraine, Zelensky has signed this deal already with the UK, with Brits, and now he's signing the same thing with the United States. What's going on? Let's look at the response from Dmitry Medvedev, and then we will go to the video in which there is more explanation and description about this deal. So let's look at what Dmitry Medvedev, who I actually played yesterday during my live stream with Andrei Martyanov, by the way, check it out. We were debunking some lies about Stalin. But let's look at this. So, from TASS, from today, May 1st, Trump succeeds in making Kiev use mineral resources to pay for US aid. That's what Medvedev said, quoting the Russian Security Council deputy chairman. Now, the country that is about to disappear will have to use its national wealth to pay for military supplies. Moscow, May 1st, US President Donald Trump has finally pressured the Kiev authorities to use their mineral resources to pay for military aid, Russian Security Council Deputy Chairman Dmitry Medvedev said. And quoting him from Telegram, Trump has finally pressured the Kiev regime to pay for US aid with mineral resources. Now the country that is about to disappear will have to use its national wealth to pay for military supplies. So let's look into this deal. This will be a short video from Fox. I will mute myself now and let's take a listen. This was signed yesterday, I believe, in the afternoon.
Rare earth is called rare for a reason. And they have a lot. And we made a deal where our money is secure, where we can start digging and doing what we have to do. It's also good for them because you'll have an American presence at the site, Chris. And the American presence will, I think, keep a lot of bad actors out of the country, or certainly out of the area where we're doing the digging. So we made a deal, and I assume they're going to honor the deal. When I came here, I said, how much money have we given to Ukraine? The real number is about $350 billion. It was done by Biden, and this is Biden's war. This isn't Trump's war. I'm trying to get out.
That was President Trump on the White House moving to sign a landmark minerals deal with Ukraine. We got breaking news. The White House did sign that deal. We are excited to welcome back to the show State Department spokesperson Tammy Bruce. Tammy, it's always great to see you again. Congratulations on your position there. So there's a lot of questions about this minerals deal. So the deal was signed. That's the breaking news. What are the details of it, and how much is it for, and how will it bring about peace in Ukraine?
Well, I don't have the details that I can share with you at this particular moment in time, but it's thrilled to be on your show when this moment happened, because it's been discussed for a very long time. And what's important for people to realize is that, and you heard the president allude to it a little bit right there, but this is really about an investment in Ukraine. It is about our presence being in Ukraine, which then adds, of course, a national security element for that country. And of course, we all are concerned about that. This is about a long-term, durable dynamic regarding an economic partnership with that nation, which is necessary in general. But also, when America is your friend and America is your partner, your nation is going to be better off. Your citizens are going to be better off. And there is a security component just in our presence. So this is a very exciting time. A lot of people have wanted this to happen. It benefits both countries immensely. It is, of course, and it's not a surprise because it's President Donald Trump, it is the perfect deal. And in the midst of course, their work, President Trump's work, Secretary of State Marco Rubio's work for a ceasefire and to end the carnage that has been inflicted upon that country in the midst of this conflict with Russia. So it's a very exciting day.
Okay, so what is Russia's response to it?
Well, of course, as you've noted, this has just happened. I think that we would know that as Russia has not been, we've had a ceasefire that Ukraine agreed to. Russia certainly has not been behaving in a way that has indicated their seriousness. Secretary Rubio noted a few weeks ago at NATO that we were going to be looking at Russia based on their actions, not their words. And also just the other day, it was noted that in a few days, it would be a pivotal time based on now both countries, as the secretary has noted, have got to now deliver concrete plans for an end to this conflict. That is this next stage. That is the step we're taking here. And remember, this minerals deal is separate from from the war and from the negotiations for a ceasefire. This would have happened no matter what.
All right, let's move on to this. The Secretary of State said at the cabinet meeting today that the Biden White House kept secret dossiers and files where they were monitoring Americans.
I'm sorry, I'm muted. I just realized. So I said I just stopped that interview in that moment, which was about that deal. What do you think is going on? What deal is the legit deal? If it was signed already before, is it voided? Cancelled? Some shenanigans again. I think time will tell and we will understand. Maybe some whistleblowers, or who knows what the heck is going on, and what does it mean for the globalist governments in Europe? That is really my question. Now, I have one more video to play for you for today, and we will end the video for today. As some of you know, I was recently in Vietnam, and I just came across this video that shows the military parade that is marking 50 years since end of Vietnam War. How interesting, and I just returned from there. So let me play this part for you, and then we will end this video.
Xuyên suốt của dân là nòng cốt duy trì thực thi pháp luật, bảo vệ an ninh quốc gia.
Hòa bình rất là đẹp. Hòa bình đó là những thế hệ trẻ giống như tụi em là rất là yêu quý cái hòa bình giống như hồi nay, và mãi mãi về sau là đất nước mình là mãi mãi hòa bình.
Bầu không khí hôm nay khiến cho không chỉ riêng em mà tất cả các người dân Việt Nam đều cảm thấy tự hào vì bản thân mình được sống trên một đất nước độc lập, tự do, hạnh phúc, được chứng kiến người dân của chúng ta được nở nụ cười khi thấy đất nước mình ngày càng phát triển và thịnh vượng.
Tổ quốc đang tiến vào.
So I didn't share it with you, and some of you have been to Vietnam. I had some comments on my Instagram from you guys. Very kind people I came across there. Very humble, very happy, very genuine. I think at the end of the day, we are all this kind of people. It's just what the politics do, what the control over humanity does to us, turning us one against another. There's something behind it, some force, some energy, right? Isn't it? But that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. It's a quick video. I will see you tomorrow in another one. To those of you who have Instagram and you want to see beautiful nature that I was spending time in Vietnam, scroll down to the photos right here. This is my Instagram. Follow me there. It's AniaK_44. And every video and the article I showed you, I will put down below in the description box. To those of you who haven't seen my live stream with Andrei Martianov, make sure to check it out. It was a little different yesterday because I was asking some questions in regards to the true history. I was asking about Stalin, if he was a good character or a bad character, and Andrei was explaining in detail a lot of things about Stalin and how many people have actually died during Stalin era. So you might be interested in hearing that. That's all for today. Thank you so much for hitting the like, sharing, subscribing free of charge, and leaving the comments down below, as well as supporting my work on Patreon or locals, or becoming the member of my channel. It really keeps me going and it means a lot to me. Lots of love, and remember, we are the leading edge and we are saving humanity. And I see you in another video. Bye everyone.